So in this video, we're going to learn how to convert between different forms of equations. And really what this just comes down to is the algebra skills you already know and have, which are things like rearranging equations, using opposite operations to isolate variables and things like that. So in your notes, you see explanations of these new terms called standard form and general form. Standard form is a form that looks like some positive integer a multiplied by x, so a has to be a positive integer, plus any integer b multiplied by y, plus c equals 0. So that is the standard form of a linear equation. The general form is very similar, except the constant c is on the other side of the equal sign. So it looks like ax plus by plus c. So when we're asked to convert a slope-intercept equation into both standard and general form, really what that requires is rearranging the slope-intercept equation to get it to look like the standard and general form. Once we have standard form, it's very easy to move to general form. You simply just move the constant to the other side. So we'll start by converting to standard form. Now, if you look at the standard form, all the terms are on the left side of the equal sign. So that should be our first step that we take in order to accomplish the question. So we're starting with y equals 2 over 3x plus 4. We want to get the 2 over 3x and the plus 4 over to the other side with the y. So we can do this systematically. We can take away the 2 over 3x from the right-hand side. That means we have to do the same thing to the left. So if we apply that strategy, we end up with 2 over 3x minus 2 over 3x on the left, which becomes 0, and we still have y minus 2 over 3x. Sorry, 2 over 3x minus 2 over 3x on the right, which is 0. You still have y minus 2 over 3x on the left, and that leaves us with just 4 on the right. And then to get the right-hand side equal to 0, we simply need to subtract the 4 on the right-hand side. That means we also have to subtract 4 on the left-hand side. So that leaves us with y minus 2 over 3x minus 4 equals 0. So tempting to think we're already there because all of the terms are on the left side of the equal sign. However, we can only have whole numbers for a, b, and c. So you'll notice we have a fraction here. So we have to solve that problem. So one way we can solve that problem is by getting rid of the fraction. So when you have 2 over 3, to make it no longer a fraction, you would multiply that by 3. However, if you do that, you have to do the same thing to all of the terms, to treat all of the terms equally. So this actually ends up becoming 3y minus 2x, because the 3 divided by 3 is 1. So we just have the 2 left over, so minus 2x minus 12 equals 0. Again, tempting to think that we're finished, but the coefficient of a must be positive. The coefficient of x, which is a, must be positive. So again, we're going to take a simple step to make minus 2 positive. We're going to multiply by negative 1. And again, to do that, we have to multiply all the terms by negative 1. So we're going to get, when we distribute this negative 1 through, minus 3y plus 2x plus 12 equals 0. And we can write that in proper order with x before y, alphabetical order of variables. So 2x minus 3y plus 12 equals 0. This is our standard form. And a quick conversion to general just requires moving the constant to the other side of the equal sign. So it becomes 2x minus 3y equals negative 12. So that's your general form. Now, the other side, converting into slope-intercept form, a little bit easier. We're more familiar with this. Y equals mx plus c, and we did this last lesson. You're simply going to isolate the y. So if we start with 4x minus 2y equals 6, we want only the y on the left-hand side. So the first step is to get rid of the 4x by doing the opposite. So it's positive 4x. We're going to subtract 4x from the left-hand side, but we have to do the same from the right-hand side. 4x minus 4x is 0, so we're left with negative 2y equals 6 minus 4x. Currently, y is being multiplied by -2. So to cancel that out, we divide by -2, but we have to do the same to the right-hand side. -2 divided by -2 is 1, so that leaves us with 1y, which is what we want. So just y, and we divide each of these terms individually. So 6 divided by -2 is -3. -4x divided by -2 is positive 2x. And again, it might be helpful to write that with the slope or coefficient of x first and the constant at the end, which just requires changing the order. And that is your slope-intercept form equation, and that is how you convert between different forms of equations.